Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you what property you can buy in the city of Toronto if your annual household income is $150,000. When I say household income, it basically means your total family income. For example, if you're a couple living together and making $75,000 each, then I'll show you what properties you can afford. In the second segment of this video, I'll show you what property you can buy just by yourself if your annual salary is $100,000. To be honest, it's slightly difficult on a single income. Reason being the city is expensive. That's the sad reality. But anyhow, I've tried my best to pull out few options for you. So I'll quickly show them to you. But before, let me introduce myself. My name is Amrit. I help buy and sell real estate in this amazing city of Toronto. And I try to make educational content around real estate so that you can make smart and informed decisions about your real estate needs. And if you like this type of content, then do please give me a like, share and subscribe. This really helps the channel. And if you have any questions about real estate, then please feel free to reach out to me by clicking on the first link mentioned in the description below. So now let's get right into it. First step is to check that how much a mortgage room do we actually get on a household income of $150,000. Full disclosure, I'm not a mortgage specialist or a mortgage broker, or I'm not giving any financial advice. I'm just sharing this information on based off my own mortgage specialist and out of my own experiences, what I see in the real estate world. So typically you're able to get a mortgage room of 4 to 4.5 times of your household income. For example, if your household income is $150,000, then you should be able to get a mortgage room of 600 to 650K, assuming you don't have any major debts. So basically this means you can afford a property worth 600 or 650K. And what kind of property we're looking at? We'll have to target condominiums. Reason being, there are no freehold property as of now available at this price point. So in the second step, I'll quickly run the numbers for you, which will help you to understand how much your minimum down payment would be, how much your monthly carrying cost is going to be, and how much your closing costs are going to be. So let's check it out. All right, so I'm going to take condo worth $650,000, just an example to run our numbers. And after I run these numbers, I'm going to show you a few condo listings for you to look at. Okay, so this is at 650K. So the minimum down payment required is $40,000. In case you're wondering how this 6.15% came into play, so you need minimum of 5% as a down payment for the price point from $0 to $500,000, and for the price point from $500,000 to $1 million, you need to put down 10%. So in this case, we need to put down 5% for the first $500,000, and for the remaining $150,000, you need to put down 10%. So that's how 6.15% came into play. Okay, so minimum down payment required is $40,000. If you're putting minimum down payment, and then if you're putting down 10%, then you need to put down $65,000. And if you're putting down 15%, then you need to put down $97,500. And if you're putting down 20%, then we need down payment of $130,000. Okay. And if you're putting a down payment less than 20%, you need to get a mortgage insurance. So this mortgage insurance amount is added to the total mortgage amount. So in this case of minimum down payment is $40,000. Plus you would need to get a mortgage insurance about $24,000. So the total mortgage required is $634,400. And these are the respective amounts for 10 and 15%. And for 20%, you do not need to get mortgage insurance. So next is amortization period. So amortization period basically means the length of time of the loan. In Canada, 25 years is pretty standard. Fourth is mortgage rate. So this is the tricky one. So I'm taking 2-year fixed at 5.59% with an hope, and I'm assuming in about 12 to 18 months from now, the interest rates will start coming down. No one has a crystal ball, but let's hope for the best. But I would again suggest you speaking with the mortgage specialist to get the best advice possible according to your situation. So if we take minimum down payment in this situation, our monthly carrying cost comes down to $39.06. If you put down 10%, your monthly carrying cost is $37.13. If you put down 15%, then you'll be looking at $34.97. And if you put down 20%, then your monthly carrying cost is $32.01. So now we need to consider that the condominiums have a monthly maintenance fees. So if you're looking to buy a condo worth 650K, I'm assuming we should be able to find a condo with a square footage of higher 500s to 600 square feet. And usually the maintenance fee of this size of condo is about $400-$450. Let's assume it's $400. So we need to add on top of these numbers. So if you put down minimum down payment, so we're looking at $3,900 plus $400, it's $4,300. If you put down 10%, then we're looking at $4,113. If you put down 15%, then it's $3,897. And if you put down 20% of down payment, then the monthly total carrying cost would be $36.01. Next, let's talk about the closing cost. So your major closing cost is land transfer tax. In Toronto, you have municipal as well as provincial land transfer tax. And if you're a first-time home buyer, you get a rebate of $8,475. So if you adjust the rebate with the municipal and provincial tax, so the total land transfer tax you're looking at is 10,475. So this amount, you cannot put this on your mortgage. You need this cash on the day of closing, basically the day you get the keys, okay? So now let's check out this different scenarios, that how much total cash do you need on the day of closing to buy a condo. So if we see scenario one, that is minimum down payment. So you would need minimum down payment of 40,000 plus PST on mortgage, which is about 2,000 or 1952 to be precise. Then your land transfer tax is 10,475, we just discussed above, and your lawyer fee and title insurance. These are usually clubbed. I've taken this 1650 is on the higher end, but depending on the lawyer, you should be able to find a lawyer who can help you with their closing about like $1,200. It depends from lawyer to lawyer and from the purchase price to purchase price. And status certificate is about $100. Status certificate is basically the health check of your building. And if you consider all these costs, including down payment and closing cost, we're looking at 54,000 if you put down minimum down payment. And if we look scenario two, that is if you put down 10%, then we're looking at the total amount is 78,000 or 78,676 to be precise. And if you put down 15%, then we're looking at 110,000 or 111,000 give and take. If you put down 15%, and if you put down 20%, the total cash required is 142K. Alright, so I'm going to show you a few listings which are currently listed on market under 650K. I've pulled out a couple of listings which are in a good building and in a good neighborhood. So let's start with 33 Mill Street, Unit 1403. It's listed for 624,990. Has about 500 square feet facing east, and the monthly maintenance fees is 370, which includes heat and water. And this unit doesn't come with a parking and a locker, but it's in a good neighborhood, that is industrial district, and it has good connectivity to the transit. The streetcar stop is like a couple of minutes away from the building, and this building is about 13 years old. So I'll quickly show you a few pictures. So this unit, as I said, is looking out east, so you'll get tons of sunlight during the mornings, right? So, and otherwise a pretty standard unit with standard appliances. Okay. Alright, so now I'll show you the next listing, that is at 38 Inuzi, Unit 727, listed for 649,900. It is about 500 square feet, and maintenance is 346, which includes heat and water. Again, it doesn't come with a parking or a locker. This building is located in a very nice neighborhood. There are very nice parks around the area. Stanley Park is like 5 minutes walk from here. You can go south to Coronation Park, which is about, again, 5 to 7 minutes walk. And you can also walk down to Water, which is, again, 5 to 7 minutes walk from this building. And it's located in a pretty central location. You are kind of tucked away from the main hustle bustle of the downtown Toronto, and at the same time you are in a quiet neighborhood. So it's a pretty nice location in my opinion. And I'll quickly show you a few pictures. And if you notice, it's a 1+10 as per the listing, but the den is not the biggest, I'll be honest with you, but yeah, it is what it is. But they've done a pretty good job with the finishings, I must say. And this unit is looking out west, and there's a building I can see right over there, but let's see how it looks from the balcony. There you go. All right, so the next listing is at 10 Park Lawn, Unit 509. It's in a Mimico area. It's a very nice neighborhood. Actually, it's one of my favorite neighborhoods. You're just by the water. You've got great parks and trails in that neighborhood, and you've actually got a biking trail and running tracks which goes towards the city. So that's also pretty cool. So very nice neighborhood, and it's got a good vibe to it. So this listing is listed at 649, and the square footage is 630, which is actually a good size for a 1+10. And the den is actually of a decent size. I'll show you in the pictures. And it's looking out southwest, and the monthly maintenance cost is 526, which includes heat and water. And it comes with the parking and a locker, which is a very good plus. Or I'll show you a few pictures. So here are the pictures. So that's a good size den I was talking about. You can put a couple of workstations in there, or if you need it, you can also put a double-sized bed in there, so which I think is pretty sweet. And if you see, it's a good size unit. You won't feel cramped in it. So, and decent appliances. So if you see, the bedroom size is also not too bad. And I've seen a similar unit like this. They haven't shown in the pictures that they have a small walk-in closet. It's right over here. So which I think is a good plus for a condo. And from the balcony, you're looking out west, you'll get tons of direct sunlight during the afternoons and up till the sunsets. and this whole area is a park and has a small creek. Alright, so now I'm going to show you what can you afford just by yourself if your annual salary is $100,000. I've pulled out a few options for you, and they're based on two assumptions. First being that you're able to get a mortgage room which is 4.5x of your annual salary. This way you're able to get a mortgage room of $450,000. Second assumption is that you're able to arrange a down payment of $50,000 to $60,000. I know it's a bit steep, but I'm trying to find out at least a one-bedroom condo in the city, and there are not many options which are under $500,000. But recently I came across a building where you should be able to find a condo for about $450K. So now let's check it out. So let's quickly run the numbers, and this time we're going to run numbers assuming that we're targeting a condo worth $500,000. Okay, so if you put down 5%, then you need $25,000 as a down payment. If you put down 10%, then we're looking at $50,000 as a down payment. If we are putting down 15%, then it's $75,000, and 20%, then we're looking at $100,000. Okay, and now we know that we do not need mortgage insurance if you put down 20% as a down payment. Again, I'm taking 2 years fixed at 5.59%. So if you put minimum down payment, that is 5%, the monthly payment is 3041. If you put down 10%, then we're looking at 2856. And if you put down 15%, then we're looking at 2690. And if you put down 20%, then we're looking at 2463. So on top of this, we also have to consider the monthly maintenance cost of a condominium. Usually for a one-bedroom condo, it's about $400. So I'm going to take 400 as just an example to run the numbers. So if you're putting down minimum down payment of $25,000, your monthly maintenance cost would be 3041 plus $400. So it's going to be 3441. If you're putting down $50,000 as a down payment, then your monthly carrying cost would be 2856 plus $400. It's going to be 3256. And if you're putting down $75,000 as a down payment, your monthly carrying cost would be 2690 plus $400. It's going to be 3090. And if you're putting down $100,000 as a down payment, then your monthly carrying cost would be 2463 plus $400. It's going to be 2963. Okay. So next is land transfer tax. As I mentioned earlier in my video, that in Toronto there are two taxes. One is provincial and one is municipal. And if you're a first-time home buyer, then you get a rebate. So after all these adjustments, your land transfer tax is 4475. Okay. So now let's check out different scenarios which will help you to understand then how much cash do you actually need on the day of closing. So scenario one, where you're putting 5% down. So here you're putting down 25,000 as a down payment, and after all the expenses and closing costs, we're looking at 32,000 you would need on the day of closing. So scenario two, that is you're putting 10% down. That is where you're putting $50,000 as a down payment, and after all the closing costs, which is land transfer tax, lawyer fees, title insurance, status certificate, everything. So we would need about $57,000 on the day of closing. And scenario three, where you're putting down 15% down, we are looking at 82,000, which you would need on the day of closing. And if you choose scenario four, we're looking at $106,000 after all the closing costs and different miscellaneous expenses. You would need this amount of money for the property to close. Now I'll quickly show you a few listings which will help you to understand what's out there for about $500,000. So I've pulled out a couple of listings for you. So let's check out 99 Broadway Avenue, Unit 3407, listed for $499. It's at Yonge and Eglinton intersection in Midtown Toronto, and it's 499 square feet. Maintenance is $398, which includes heat and water, and hydro separate. It doesn't have parking and a locker. Yonge and Eglinton is in a very nice neighborhood, and this building is less than a 1 year old. So I'll quickly show you a few pictures. So here we are. And this unit actually comes with a den. They have a den in here. That's the den I was talking about. Yeah, which comes in pretty handy. It's a good plus. Yeah. And that's the balcony. Alright, so now let's head to the next listing, which is at 835 St. Clair Avenue West, Unit 201, listed for $499. It's 468 square feet, and the maintenance is $425, which includes all the utilities, which is a good thing. And it has a storage locker, but no parking. This is located at St. Clair Avenue and Dufferin. That's the closest intersection. And nice neighborhood, and transit connectivity is also not too bad. You'll have to take a streetcar from here. And I'll quickly show you pictures of this unit. That's the unit. Okay. Decent patio size, nice. So these two units which I just mentioned, they do have good rental potential as well. If you're an investor and want to rent these out, both of them can rent it out for about 2,300 give and take a month. So in this last segment of this video, I'm gonna share and talk about this building at 15 Maplewood Avenue. I recently came across units in this building, and I saw units were selling at way less price as compared to rest of the buildings in the area or in the city, in fact. So the reason units are selling at this low price is because this building used to be a long-term care, and they used to provide units on long-term leases. So this business is not sustainable by the corporation who owns this building, and they've kind of bankrupt. So they're selling all these units to general public. So that's what is going on. So this unit at 15 Maplewood, unit 901, was sold for 438K, and it was recently sold on 21st January this year. It's 500 to 599 square feet, not too bad of a size for a one bedroom, and maintenance is 422, which includes heat and water. This building is located at St. Clair and Bathurst. That's the closest intersection, and this building is about 12 years old. Okay, now I'll show you another unit, which is unit 908. It was sold for 438K, and the square footage of this unit is 481. Maintenance is 411, and which includes heat and water, just like the other one, just like the unit above we saw. And I'll quickly show you pictures for you just so that you can get an idea. So that's how the building looks like from outside. Nothing fancy, it's a basic building. They don't have any concierge or anything, and that's the unit from inside. I mean, not too bad for a one bedroom and for this price point, I think. All right, and this is the bedroom. Okay, so right now there are not many units which are currently listed onto the market, but I'm keeping an eye out, and if I come across any units which are listed, I'm definitely going to make a video specifically on this building. I hope I was able to give you some insights that what kind of property you can buy with your respective salaries. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I would be happy to answer all your questions. Thank you, and talk to you soon.